So I'm going to do something slightly different in this introduction. I'm going to have the players. Why don't you guys recap what happened last week as Armistice and Roman weren't here? I'm going to hand it over to you. What happened last week?
Let's do the honors.
Udas was pretty funny last week. You should tell it.
I'm trying to remember what happened at the. I remember what happened at the end of last session. I'm trying to remember what happened at the beginning. I know that we were sent on a mission to find out why the silk was fucked up. It kept making people's hands janky. Working.
You don't remember the farmer?
Yeah, the farmer we took back, and you talk about how he raced back because he tried to say we had to do a good cause. You said, screw good causes, we want money.
Yeah, that sounds right. And then we went into a cave, and we fought a giant glute monster, and we almost died. We tried
really hard to die.
Udas tried especially hard.
Yeah.
Where's the... Oh, yeah. Here we go. This is the goop monster that they fought.
Yeah. Like we did pretty good, honestly.
We actually did really well. I thought actually that we went surprisingly well. We could have died. There was a moment where we all were like, oh shit.
So the casting spells that took away reactions and stuff?
Yeah, Soren did a great job.
Soren was MVP.
Yeah, definitely.
But Udas, a natural 1 death saving throw that probably would have killed Udas. Because the slime, I believe, was next in order and would have killed you. But then you used your DM inspiration and changed it to a natural 20. That was...
Udas just tried to die so many times.
I mean, that's what barbarians do.
Not really. Barbarians, when I played them, it's usually pre-hardy. Like, Marty's character goes down a lot, but she does, but not use a barbarian.
You know, this is the first time I've been under like half health.
Yeah, see?
This is session 15, first time, or it was session 14, and that was my first time under half health. It's gonna happen.
Right.
I think don't barbarians at a certain level get endless rage or something, and they do that similar thing to half orcs. So if they go to 0, they go to 1 instead.
Yeah, you got to make a con save.
But still.
Yeah. I think I still have 2 or 3 more levels until that shows up, though.
Yeah, we got a ways to go for most cool stuff.
All right. So, let's say, well, we ended right in the cave. So let's say Armistice and Roman arrive just the last minute to help out. And what would you guys like to do?
They just pop in after we're finished killing us.
Right?
We're here, guys. We're here to help. We're here to help. Am I too late for the battle?
Wow, great job, guys.
What's going on in here?
Go check. There's another hallway. There's definitely not any monsters hidden on the ground down there, so you should just walk down that we didn't explore.
You sound very sarcastic,
bro.
Well, we killed everything.
I'm just happy we're not in like a prison this time. Last time he missed.
Is this goopy thing like deflating, or what's up with it?
It's
after we
changing
killed it.
its form. It's like melted would be a good description of it.
Udas, I'll give you 10 gold if you eat it. Just a handful. 25 gold.
No.
Come on, Udas. You know it looks tasty.
You're more than welcome to jump in and take a swim.
30 gold pieces.
You can't afford me.
Ooh, that sounds like a challenge. How much do I have to pay you?
You will never earn another gold while we're together.
Wow. How am I supposed to eat?
Not my problem.
There's goo right here.
Yeah. Okay, I'll pass. And then I'm gonna grab my bag of coin and jingle it by his ear.
Okay.
Ching, ching, ching. You sure? 25 gold.
He just ignores you.
Don't we all?
Kinda.
Does it even
But-
look edible? Like, I have a feeling that this thing is acidic. Or poisonous. Or both.
It's like a jelly that's been left in the sun too long. It's just turned into a liquid puddle on the ground. I'll let you determine whether that looks edible or not.
Well, why are you guys in a cave fighting a giant goop monster? Aren't we supposed to be finding out what's going on with the silk?
That's exactly what why we're here. Because this was going on with silk.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
this-
thinking that it probably contaminated either like a water source or the area around here.
Did you guys find evidence of that?
I have water samples.
Yeah, we did. What did we
Do you have
find?
like a mass spectrometer or something with you
Yeah,
in
she's
your
working on
bag
it.
of holding?
She's still building that. Yeah, that's why we're here, and we did find some evidence of that. It was because over the water supply. We did come to that conclusion. I don't remember how though. How we came to that conclusion.
You
It's a
did-
giant monster above the silkworms.
There you go.
It's a really large Leopold's fate logic there.
I'm going to take a little sample of this goopy stuff with one of my vials as well over
Cool.
here.
Easy enough to do.
I don't know what it does, but it's here. Loot.
I'll try to convince someone to eat it, and I'll pay them gold to do it. And they won't know what it is, and then we can see firsthand what it does.
That is that's potentially gonna kill somebody.
I'm a healer now. I can heal people.
That doesn't make me trust you more, but okay.
A real man wouldn't pay someone to do it and just do it himself.
Hardy har har. You and your a real man talk. It doesn't bother me. I'm not a man. I'm a shapeshifter.
Speaking of which, have you always like been like that? Is that like a thing you're born with, or?
Yeah, and then I turn myself or I make myself look like Ares. And I also sound like you now.
That's much better.
I'm gonna skip along and go like la 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 la.
Well,
Looks
thanks. That's
about
a good
right.
impression.
Yeah, I can do this as much as I want. See, watch this, and I turn myself into Udas. I'm
You
grumpy.
can't change your. Can you change your size?
Where's all the money?
Can you change your size? A serious question.
Yeah,
All right, cool.
and then I go back to looking normal.
That's slightly horrifying. Okay, well, I mean, let's check out the rest of this area to make sure it's like clear.
Yeah, that's. We're not in great shape, right? We need to get.
I'm pretty fit. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm in horrible shape.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel great.
Rafe's okay, but he doesn't have anything else to give. He can't help anybody at the moment. So do we want to? I do have something. I have 3 points to lay on hands. 3 points left. Yeah. That's
Pretty
right.
sure Roman said he could heal people now.
I can.
Yeah. Do we
All you gotta
want
do
to-
is ask.
Well, HP, hit points wise or health wise, Rafe's okay. He's not 100%, but he's okay.
I'm
It's-
pretty sure Soren and Udas are pretty messed up looking.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was wiping the puppy's feet off with the towel, but I can still listen. I just let her in. She's playing in the snow. Soren will ask Roman if he could heal
Good.
me a little bit.
Can we get a short rest in while we're sitting here?
You can certainly try.
That's not a good answer.
This is my standard answer.
The
I
best
know.
DM answer.
I know.
Yeah, just let me know if you want me to heal you. I can.
Well, heal first and then do a short rest.
Yeah. Soren,
Well, it's short rest first.
Shouldn't
and
it be
then-
the other way around?
No, because the heal in case we get found, we were found or we attacked.
Just don't get
I don't-
hit.
Oh yeah. But then I lose.
Yeah,
flesh
but-
a lot.
Yeah, but I can use the hit die to get my hit points up.
Okay.
I
All you
don't
gotta
need
do
that.
is say
I don't need-
please.
I don't need to be heal Soren and Udas.
Soren will bat his eyelash and say, "Please, sir, could you heal me?"
Of course. I cast. I go like, I shall heal you, and that's my healing word. So you
Wow.
get 13 points of healing.
Yay. He will give a bow.
Wow.
Just to feed your ego a little bit, you know.
Yes.
That's the maximum you could have
Yeah.
done with a second level healing word as well. That's max healing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang,
You'll
you're
like
so
to see.
powerful.
And Udas, you want to get healed too?
If you'd like to heal me. I don't beg children for favors.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't say get on your hands and knees, buddy. I just said, do you want me to? It's a yes or no.
I replied, if you'd like to.
Oh, you take all the fun out of
You
everything.
enjoy it. You enjoy healing him.
Just the level 1.
Yeah. I just wrap my hand and go like, take the fun out of everything. And that's what it was.
Yeah, I can't even complain about that.
How are you feeling now?
Don't like a rest.
I do it again. Ugh. 8 more points.
Thank you. He
You're
says that
welcome.
begrudgingly. Through gritted teeth.
Okay, so
Alrighty,
you guys,
what's up next, guys?
going to attempt to take a short rest?
Except you guys. I'm not
Yes.
in dire need, but I could use it.
Okay, whereabouts? You resting next to the slime puddle, or what you doing?
I'll stay where I am just so I can keep an eye on the slime thingy to make sure it doesn't start jiggling alive again.
Okay,
I hear everybody else, so I'm not by myself.
Soren is leaning up against this wall on the ground.
Where is Soren?
just outside the cavern there.
Okay. Let's make his way that way.
Okay, let me roll.
Blend in, man. Your art blends into this cave.
It's dark and creepy. There you go.
This is where it belongs.
Yep. The short rest happens without incident. So feel free to roll those juicy hit dice.
Yeah.
And Roman, you should have Song of Rest now, correct?
Did we level up?
Are you still not level 2?
No, he's.
Oh,
got
no, I
fighter.
did.
Oh yeah.
You can use soothing music or orientation to help revitalize your wounded allies during the short rest. If you or any of your friendly creatures who can hear your performance regain hit points at the end of a short rest by spending 1 or more hit dice, each of those creatures regain an extra 1d6 hit die. Okay, cool. I'm going to tell you a story.
You tell.
And why don't you
Yeah,
roll
what's the
that
story?
d6 for everybody, Roman?
It's
And
per
the
hit
story
dice. I think.
goes.
No, it's just oh yeah.
Oh, it wasn't a good story.
No.
It's called The Story of a Bard.
Oh
The
no.
end.
Yeah, and I think it's only you only get the D6, right? It's not D6 per hit dice or anything. I think it's
Pretty
just
sure
the
it's
D6.
per hit dice.
Can I clarify that, Roman?
Yeah, here, let's pop it so everybody can see it. It says, if you or any of your friendly creatures can hear your performance regain hit points at the end of the short rest by spending one or more hit die, each of those creatures regain an extra 1d6 of hit points.
Oh, you were.
So it
correct.
says one
I
or more.
apologize.
Yeah, so as long as you spend a hit dice, you get a D6. It's not per hit
Yeah.
dice.
What am I thinking of? There is an ability that.
I think it's a feat, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the good thing is you're all feeling a lot healthier.
Woo.
You've noticed that the slime puddle is losing even more shape and starting to leak through into the little cracks and crevices on the floor of this cavern.
Gross.
All right, so we gonna try to explore the cavern a little more, make sure this is it, or are we gonna head back?
I say let's look through the rest of it. What if there's some, like, great treasure in here or something?
Yeah, not sure treasure. If we think there's more to do here to help out with the silk stuff that I'm getting to keep looking. I'm not really.
I feel like if there's treasure to be had here, the halflings probably would have found it.
I think so.
I mean, they didn't find the big goopy thing.
I mean, we don't know if it's always been here, though.
Well, we
Look
can at
at-
least find out where it slithered in from. Is there like
Well, I mean,
any stuff on the ground that would show that? How did this thing is freaking massive.
Mm-hmm.
I know it can squeeze, but still.
yeah, it fits that door.
You can make it, yeah. It didn't actually happen, but you remember there was a slight indentation in the cave here, and it kind of just smooched around that as if it was no problem. So it's very amorphous, and you can suspect it could squeeze through here if it wanted to. If you like, Eris, you can make a perception check to look around to see if you can maybe get some clues about the origin of this thing.
And I'll help.
Could I
Sure.
look around as well?
Sure.
We're just gonna try to just kind of watch out for danger.
Eris finds
Oh.
nothing. Mara would
I
have
see
deduced
nothing.
absolutely everything to do about the history, the context, where it's from, its personal likes with the passive perception.
Date of birth.
Date of birth. But Eris, not so much. Yeah, both Eris and Armistice. You look around and it's odd. I mean, you did discover the grey slime as well, which, you know, took some bites out of you guys on the way here. You don't know.
Do I recognize, like, what this thing was?
You can make me a nature check if you like.
Nature. Where is it? There it is. Nope, I don't know shit.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's some type of blobby ooze stuff in the same way that the blobby ooze stuff attacked you earlier in this cavern, but beyond that, you don't know. I mean, it's definitely different to the stuff that fell on your guys' head. I mean, it's much larger, different color. Beyond that, Armistice doesn't really know. If you like, you guys can have a look around the rest of the cavern system if you like, to see if you can find anything else. If you remember, this was the place where the silkworms were. It was more or less directly below this. And there's lots of interlocking caverns and stuff. And I can't remember who found it first, but it's my sheer dumb luck that you came across this thing. But if you like, you could have a look around the rest of the cavern. And if you choose to do so, make me a perception check.
It was so bad.
Yeah, Ray's trying to keep guard, just a FYI.
Sure. Wow, Udas, the natural 20. Well, you spend a good hour or so scouring the rest of the caverns, looking up even higher, below where the silkworms were, and you don't really find much else of interest. There's caverns, there's some puddles in there with some type of really ugly fish inside of them, sort of cave-dwelling fish. What you click though, Udas, is it confirms what you were thinking before. This is directly above where the silkworm cavern is. And as you're looking up and get back into the silkworm cavern, you notice remember there were little drops of water coming down that were forming stalagmites and stalactites, I guess. Now the little drips are slightly tinged with red, and the rate of drips is increased significantly.
Yep, we definitely ruined this cave, guys. But saved the cavern system as a whole, probably.
So you mean we've found the problem and we have solved the problem? Is what you mean to say then?
Yep. I mean, the silkworms down there are already contaminated anyway, so we didn't make it worse.
Right.
Yeah. Just don't touch the
Can
stuff
we
with your
fix
hands.
or can we save them?
I have
I
no
mean,
idea.
possibly ones farther away, like closer to the entrance of the cave. We could try to. In the meantime, I'm gonna like start setting up little I don't know if I have any bottles or anything like that. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna try to gather some of this water stuff that's dripping.
The red tinged water. Okay.
Yes.
Some of the red tinged water is going into the silkworms. And as you're gathering up, I'll say, Eris, you notice that the ones that are getting a bit too much red water dripping into them kind of shrivel up, and they thrash around wildly before they stop moving, and eventually they lose their grip and just plop plop fall to the ground. Obviously, dead silkworms. And about half of the silkworms are being affected by the red goop coming down.
I'm gonna collect a few of those off of the floor as well, actually.
Sure. So the contaminated silkworm. Sure.
Do you think we should just bury the infected ones so that way they won't accidentally infect the other ones?
I mean, it's okay if I just I'll just pick them up and collect them. If we bury them, it's only gonna contaminate the ground.
Whole cavern should be set ablaze. Burn them all.
Jeez, Udas.
No, I think I actually have a different idea.
Burn them all.
There's about 100 silkworms in all, and about half of them are getting goopified.
I don't know how to handle silkworms. Did somebody want to go get Oh golly, I wrote down her name. What is her name? Jurley?
Jurley Quickhill, indeed. I mean, she's about an hour. This silkworm complex is just under. Yeah, I'll bring you to the map. It's just to the north of Dry Gulch, and it's not really to scale, but you're about an hour north of Dry Gulch.
Okay. Yeah, if one of you wanted to go run and get Jurley, we could figure out how to get the rest of these silkworms out without, them dying and stuff. somebody.
I mean, I'll go with someone. I'm not gonna go by myself.
Rafe will go with you. We can
Everyone's
take
in
Canada.
such a rush to go.
I know, right?
Yeah.
What Eris is asking for? Who wants to go for a 2-hour roundabout trip, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rafe will go Soren. That's where Soren goes.
Okay.
Okay, so Rafe and Soren, you head off to Dry Gulch looking for Julie Quickhill, the nice halfling woman that you meet. What are the guys, rest of you doing in this 2-hour buffer? I'll get to Rafe and Soren in a second. So what's Udas doing?
He'll just find a nice spot to rest and sit down.
Cool. Armistice?
I guess I'll just look around the cave.
Sure. Roman?
I am going to just chill like a villain in the corner.
Okay. And I'm assuming I know what Eris is doing, collecting samples.
Yep.
If you like, you can start analyzing these things. Do you have alchemist supplies?
I do not have alchemist supplies on me, but if I spend an hour here, I can.
Ooh, you can.
Sure.
You can use your artificer abilities to make alchemist supplies.
Yes.
Well, that's pretty cool. Okay, so we'll say the first hour as they're heading to Dry Gulch, you do your magical little tinkering thing and come up with your homemade alchemist supplies. Which would you like to analyze? I mean, you have worms, you have the goop from the creature itself, you have contaminated water dripping down. What would you like to have a look at? Eris?
We will look at the goop from the creature itself first.
Okay. Make an alchemist check using, I'd say intelligence as your modifier.
Okay. Just need to. Of course, it's not one of the ones that I have on here.
You could just always just do the old D20 thing, right? D20 plus proficiency plus intelligence. Would be an easy way to do it. 22.
There you go.
22. Nice roll. Labeled it with everything. So what you discover is just checking something. Oh, intelligence. Yeah, old Eris is very smart. So, the question you were initially sent here for is what the hell happened to the silk trade, and you learned that all these halflings that were working the looms and harvesting the silkworms got their hands mutilated, which tend to fade after a few days, but if they started doing it again, and you detect with your boiling of tubes and stuff, you detect a couple of things. Number one, obviously it's poisonous. That was not a surprise considering what happened in the cavern. But you also discover some type of necromantic qualities to the goop, and you're not 100% sure, but you think this necromantic presence of it is what is causing these halflings' workers' hands to shrivel up and almost paralyzes their hands with rigor mortis. So you're pretty sure that this necromantic energy, as such, is what's caused the crippling of the halflings' hands. Is there anything else you'd like to analyze, Eris?
We'll look at the silkworms now.
The ground ups? Well, I guess
The contaminated ones, whatever ones are on the ground.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Sure, same thing. Alchemist tools check.
Sorry, just add into my notes. Okay, there we go. And ooh.
Yeah, for whatever reason, these silkworms are not poisoned. It's a very subtle thing that you're finding. I mean, what maybe the layperson would deduce is these silkworms themselves are poisoned. There is nothing poisonous about it, but you detect that necromantic energy from the goop seeping into the worms, which is perhaps why they're presenting themselves, relatively harmless. I mean, if they were poisoned, you'd kind of expect, the skin to break and nasty oozy stuff being sucked out of the worms. But it didn't present as a poison, but this little traces of necromantic energy from the goo has leaked into that.
Analyzing. Sorry.
Yeah, and that's what you deduce. So the goop is poisonous and necromantic, but only the necromantic energy got into the worms, and so the worms were presenting as very normal-looking worms, which is perhaps the cause of the problem. Udas?
Yeah, I was just going to ask. You analyzed the goop that you collected, correct, with that first one?
Yeah,
the
the first
goop?
one was the goop.
Was there a difference between the red goop which you collected and the gray goop in terms of necromancy, or were they both necro?
I
Enhanced.
I haven't looked at the great goop yet. I do have some great
Gotcha.
goop. But...
Well, if you'd like to do a grey goop test, you can.
Will do. That is a very garbo.
What did you roll? You rolled a 4. A 4. The grey ooze stuff presents a very different chemical compound. You're not entirely sure what. I'll just say you don't detect any necromantic energy in the grey ooze. And that's all you deduced. You could have learned a lot more about it, but with a 10, not so much.
Sounds like someone did this to the silk trade.
That's possible.
Is there a way to cure this from them?
I'm not sure because it is necromantic. Like it's an issue with that. It's not necessarily that it is poison, right? I mean, I could take a look at the water, but that's the only other thing that I really have that would make any sense.
The red contaminated water that's dripping down into the cave? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Sure. So do one more alchemist tools check, and then I think that would fill up your 2 hours. So the red stuff dripping down, you detect, well, once again, the presence of necromantic and poison as components to it, but it's like very much a watered down version of the goop. Keeping that in mind, make of that what you will. But we'll switch over to Rafe and Soren as they head back into Dry Gulch. Do you head to Jurley's house? Is there anything you'd like to do along the way?
Yeah, we're just gonna have a conversation, just kind of as we walk by. And,
Sure.
Oh God.
Ask someone what he thinks of the this group, this last deal, I don't know. The silkworms has been a positive development, at least. I mean, it's been better. Our group seems so money focused. I'm having trouble to kind of, I don't know, find the same purpose they do. Are you finding the same issues or no?
I mean, I'm not in it for the money, like some of our companions. I'm more in it for the experience and learning. A couple of them do seem very money driven and seems to affect their decisions directly, which
Kind
could
of hard.
be problems down the road.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wondering about. I mean, I'm fine. I have a problem with other people wanting to seek their fame and fortune. It's not something that I've been there. And I don't know. I left being working for other people and doing things for gold and for orders, and I'm trying to find what I should be doing, and I'm having a hard time with this group finding that sense of where I should be, where I could find some deeper meaning. I don't know what you think. I don't think you're here. You're seeking fame or fortune exactly. I just didn't know if you had found similar problems.
No, I'm here pretty much to learn what's wrong with me. To kind of hit it in the head there. That's pretty much why I'm here. I need to learn what's wrong with me and why all these weird things are happening. That's my main focus right now.
That's where you're heading next, then? Are you going? I mean, we're going to finish here.
I mean, I'm kind of just going where the group goes. If we end up going that direction, great. This isn't something I can handle on my own. So, kind of just going with the flow. I'll put my opinion out there and maybe try to sway some people towards helping me out, since there seems to be, a cult now hunting me down for whatever reason. I don't even know why.
You doing okay with that? I mean, that's kind of shocking too.
No, I'm not okay. I'm horrified that all those people are killed because of me. It's not okay.
Yeah, you don't because of you. I mean, it's just nothing to do with you anyway. Are you worried they're coming after you? Are you worried for your own life at all?
No. Or so for they literally spelt my name in limbs.
Yeah.
So,
it's creative, at the very least.
That's not okay. That other people are getting hurt because of me, and I don't even know why.
Yeah.
Like, I have my suspicions as to why, but, like, just because, the guy without the tongue that touched people and turned them to dust, he touched me and I didn't. So I don't know if he's angry or curious, or maybe they just think I'm some sort of deity and they'll start worshiping me. I don't know. Cause yeah, that would be pretty neat. But I don't want them killing people in my name. So
Right. Okay.
yeah, I would like to finish up what we're doing here because we gave our word that we would do it. And me personally, I feel like if we gave our word to do something, we should follow through with it. But
yeah, I agree with that. I generally didn't want someone who keeps my word. At the same time, though, I've made promises before that led me down the wrong paths. That led me to do things that beyond what was probably right. And
yeah,
I'm trying to figure out what right means. What does it mean to do right? What it means to do good? When you can do things on your own, when you're not told and give orders to do something, you can choose yourself what you should be doing. I'm trying to figure out what that means and what that choice should be, and I'm having a hard time figuring that out.
Okay. Well,
Anyway,
maybe hopefully with this group you can find your purpose.
Hopefully.
Or something to fight for, or whatever it may be that you are looking for.
Yeah, I hope so. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. Thanks.
You're welcome. And he'll nod his head and go back to being his weird, edgy self. He definitely seems very off, though, from pretty much what happened in Redwater.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you can probably visibly tell that it bothers him.
All
right. So with that conversation along the way, you eventually make your way back to the Dry Gulch, and you head over to the respite leaf. the leaf where the housing complexes are and where the silk making area is, and you find yourself outside Julie's house. You knock on the door.
Yes.
Once again, you hear the tumble of kids just piling down the stairs. They sound like a herd of buffalo as they come down, and you're expecting elephants and brontosauruses and all type of stuff just barreling down here. But it turns out that small kids can make a big noise, and a couple of them open up the door. It says, "Mom! Mom! They're back! They're back!" And you hear Julie say, "Oh, okay. Send them up, send them up. Mom says you should just go up."
Thanks.
And they stare at you.
Well, we'll go up.
Yeah, we'll just go in there. Just kind of nod and smile. Pat on the head.
There's 3 kids standing directly in front of you, staring at you.
Cool. I just kind of shoo them to the side.
You can make an intimidation or a persuasion check if you like. Your choice.
I'll go for that persuasion.
They look around and they go, "Ah!" And they all run upstairs laughing and giggling. And you guys make your way up there. And the first thing you notice is how great it smells in here. Julie has obviously been baking. I notice there's a bunch of dishes around as well. But there's a beautiful pile of butter cookies. And they smell absolutely delicious. Oh, hi. Well, welcome back. As promised, I've made you cookies. Would you like a cookie?
Yes, please.
Yeah, sure.
You take the cookie and you take a bite and make me a death saving throw. I'm kidding. They're delicious. They're wonderful cookies. Possibly the nicest thing you've had, at least since you crashed with your ship sunk. Not that actually that far away from here, but they're fantastic. And take a second, take a third, because as soon as you guys stop taking cookies, they're going to be demolished in about 10 seconds flat. So take as many as you want.
I'll take 2 per person to bring back to our group.
So an even dozen. Okay, which leaves about a dozen cookies there. Right. And even before she says go, the kids just descend on this pile of cookies, and in an instant, boom, they're gone. And Julie says, "Oh," and she rubs her hand together. And once again, you see how knotted and terrible her hands is. And she says, "So, what news do you bring? Did you find anything in the mine?"
Yes, we found a giant. I'm just gonna say slime. I don't think Soren would know it's like a pseudopod. I mean, they're kind of the same thing, but he'll just say a giant red slime in the cave directly above where your silkworms are.
Oh my goodness! And what did you do with the slime? I mean, it's just slime, right? What would you do?
Well, on our way in there, we were attacked by a couple of smaller ones. We ended up getting rid of the big one, but it started to seep into the floor to the cave below. But we're pretty sure that was a problem because we went in the cave and they all seemed. Did we know they were infected, or we just assumed they were infected already?
You didn't know.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, from a DM point of view, you cracked the case pretty quickly. There's lots of other things you could have done, but you went straight to the mine. So, yeah, you got to the source of pretty. But you had no idea. It could have been the silkworms. It could have been the looms. It could have been somebody poisoning their food. Could have been all sorts of things. So you guys cracked it pretty quickly. But you had no idea that the worms were infected prior to discovering the slime.
So Soren will say we had an idea that the slime was what was causing the problems with your silkworms, and we're just wondering what we should do with the silkworms. Where, at least me personally, I think they're all going to be infected now.
Well, perhaps I'd better come with you and have a look.
Yeah, for the best.
Okay, so she dashes out. She makes arrangements with her neighbor to watch her kids. This time you see her slip a silver piece to her neighbor for watching her, how many, 8 children or 8 grandchildren that she has. And she follows you along to the mine. Anything you'd like to do along the way, or just take her straight to the slime cave or the silkworm cave?
Hey, back. I think I could take Tana back and leave him in the mine, but not in the deep part of the mine, right? She could still be there, or no?
She could be inside, but not very far inside.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, it's a mine.
Not in. Yeah, absolutely. I just didn't want to leave him here by himself.
Yeah, but inside, out of sight. Do you tether? Do you tie up Tana?
I would. If we're gonna be a long time, we time up. Otherwise, you can drop his ring, and it's like a trigger. He will stay still for about an hour or so.
Okay, so let's say you do that.
Yeah.
And you arrive. You see Eris doing her alchemy thing, and Julie says, "Oh my, this is not good." And just then a couple of more silkworms just shrivel up and blop blop fall from the ground. Oh dear. Oh, this is bad. Do you think this is the cause of it? I mean, I don't know how this would happen, but this does not look good.
Yeah, it looks like I don't know what sort of necromantic energy this thing kind of dissipated into these worms, but yeah, they're dying. So I'm assuming you want to kind of, I don't know. I'm gonna like take a look at the roof, and if there's like a clear enough line where I can see where they're okay and where they're not okay, I'll kind of like show her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we should probably move these.
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to see the line because, the red water is dripping down and you can see it quite easily where the thing is. And Julie says, oh, okay. Well, these ones that are basically drinking up the red, I mean, I don't know what we should do with them. They're not going to be useful to us. I suspect that this red slime that you're talking about was doing a subtle effect, but this is not subtle. I mean, they're squirming up and they're dying. So the ones that are being infected, I mean, I think they're a lost cause. But I think, given time, I could maybe save half this crop, basically relocating them to a different cave. I mean, the thing that works for the silkworms here is the natural water flowing down. So if we can move them to another cavern, I think we've solved this problem.
All right.
I just thank you, I guess. I mean, I know your friends. You have some cookies.
Soren will prestidigitate them to make them warm and then hand them out to everyone.
Adorable.
Everyone likes a warm cookie.
Even you that smiles.
Yes, they as I said, nice little butter cookies. They're absolutely delicious, and with the warmness as well. It's that extra touch that takes them over the head. Well, I'll call my halfling workers in. I mean, some of them, I'm sure their hands are fine by now. And I guess we won't know for sure. Maybe give it a 10-day. If no one's hands have seized up after that 10-day, then I think we're in the clear.
Perfect.
Well, I'm not sure what to say. I mean, thank you. I know our ultimate employer, the Prophet, is going to be happy about this. I mean, I'm sure this. I mean, it impacted the workers, but I'm sure. I mean, he's a very rich fellow, and maybe he got this way by taking care of lots and lots of operations like this. So I'm sure he'll be happy because he'll be even richer now that the silk will start flowing again.
For
Gonna
sure.
really
Well, and
make a profit.
going forward, at least you'll know what to look for these. Unfortunately, we don't know where this thing came from, just that it was there. So,
Well, maybe for the next 4, 5, 10 days, we'll maybe get some members of the assemble just to do some sweeps of the cave and stomp any things like this before it ever starts.
okay. They're pretty dangerous, so just be careful with that. And also, I think they're poisonous, so also
Okay.
be aware of that.
Okay. Well, thank you again.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, I have a lot of work to do and some people to organize. Maybe walk back with me to Dry Gulch.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you head back into Dry Gulch, back in the central market district with all these leaves file out from. And, well, I'm going to gather up the crew. We're going to transplant these things. And as I said, if everything's fine after a 10-day, I think you've you've solved our problem. So thank you once again. And then she scuffles off looking for various workers to help her with the task of transplanting the silkworms.
Could we get like her to write something out so he like knows how long it's gonna be before things are up and running, possibly? Because I know he was very concerned about like the time constraints of how long this would take. I feel like it would be more worth it if it had her word and like signature on it saying in 10 days we'll know if we're back up and running or not.
True. Charlie, wait!
Oh!
Wait!
Oh, what is it?
Can we get what you said in writing for the big man?
Well, I'll write it out, but I think you really need to take it to Aerith Blackdelver. He can sign it with the Dry Gulch seal, and that will make it more official. But sure.
Oh, perfect.
And
Thank
she gets
you,
out
thank
and
you.
writes out like what she thinks the cause was, what the solution is, what they've done. Do you share your alchemy finding, Eris?
Yep, just to be on the safe side. I still have some samples that I'll keep onto, but yeah.
Sure. So you write out in kind of technical jargon, making it look even more official about the cause of it. Jurley signs it. Let's say you hunt down Aerith Blackdelver, the dwarf, with the fantastic head of hair, and he puts the official city stamp on it for Dry Gulch. So you have a very official document now that looks like you've solved the problem of the silk supply drying up.
Now to war!
Let's drink.
I'm gonna go take a bath first, or like wash my hands or something. I feel like drinking and eating right after all this is probably not the best idea.
Like the cookies you guys had?
I definitely just ate it right from your hand like a.
Oh, okay.
His hands are cleaner.
Yeah.
Your hands are definitely stained after all that alchemy, Eris.
Yeah, they've gone from pink to reddish.
Okay, so you let's say you go back to the Dead Rose, which was that initial inn that you went to, where you got your breakfast and your dinner and had spent the night there. That was quite cozy. I mean, it's still, is it? I'm not sure of the time. Probably late afternoon. I'm guessing once all these things have happened, they're walking back and forth. Yeah, late afternoon. But you head back to the Dead Rose. The usual barkeepers there. The people who are perpetually drinking at all hours of the day are there. What would you like to do?
Clean up, relax.
Yeah. Relax. Get a drink.
Is there any
Is the goal
reason we're
over us?
spending the night here?
I want to clean up, and also we're pretty hurt.
Yeah. pretty hurt, big guy. You deserve a rest. Before we go back to, what's it called? Murstone. We need you at top fighting condition, you know? Just in case.
I'm always in fighting condition.
Really? Because it looks like I could flick you over real easy right now.
He just look. You'd be surprised.
Okay.
No more bar fights, please. This has not gone well in the past, and I don't think it'll go well in the future. Let's just.
I do think it's in our best interest to have a rest, though.
Alright,
Yeah,
your first
okay,
day,
so-
and Udas is going to the bar. Bye bye.
Okay.
Is there any possibility? Because I do have like armors, smiths tools, and stuff like that. Could I fix
Oh,
my
yeah.
armor and like Rafe's swords and stuff like that, or is that like a you gotta get new stuff?
You can try to do it. I mean, it's tricky because it's not so much that they're broken as that they're dissolved. But you're more than
Yeah,
welcome to try. This is in your alchemist warehouse. I mean, you would need a blacksmith, though, of which there are multiple blacksmiths around here. And you might
I
have
also
to...
have smith tools of myself, so I can do that also.
Okay, well, let's say you go to...
Go to Areth and make a deal with him and just get him to give you new armor.
I mean, if he wants to donate armor, I would not be against it.
Let's try that, and then either way, I didn't get my swords. I totally forgot about that.
So you're looking for 2 rapiers and scale mail? That would...
Scimitars, I believe.
Scimitars, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and chainmail. That's
Chainmail.
what I have currently. Yeah.
Chainmail is a little on the pricey side. Let's see how much it goes from. We'll see how kind he is from there with some rolls.
They got damaged in the defense of Dragon.
Right.
You make a very reasonable argument, Udas, but how often has that worked on government officials?
Oh, very rarely. And Udas knows that, but he's staying back and he's drinking. Like, he's just giving them advice. Do what you want.
And Rafe will try to I don't know, he'll try to speak his language if he can to try persuading.
I mean, he could always melt it back down and reuse it. He is a blacksmith, right?
Mm-hmm. He's both the leader of the town and a blacksmith. So you're heading over to the place where you, where you know he is because he just signed that letter for you. I assume you head back over there.
We just
Yeah.
turn around and go back. Yeah.
Turn
Oh yeah.
around and
By
go
the
back.
way.
Okay, you head back to the blacksmith and you see Areth there, beating away on the metal, doing something. Ah, you're back so soon? There's something else I can help you with.
Absolutely. We were really hoping, since we did help you out so much with this issue, you could help us. Some of our weapons were damaged in defense of your city, and it'd be probably a really good job to help your reputation and reputation of your city if you could at least repair these for us or replace these items that are damaged for you.
Well, let's have a look at them then.
I guess I will just start. I'm wearing my armor
Just
at the
point
moment.
at
Yeah, I'll just
yourself.
remove the armor.
Sure. And Rafe, you produce a scimitars and Areth says, well, I've seen some shit swords in my time, but my god, this is an absolute piece of crap.
They weren't before.
Well, it's all part of the dealings. I assume you're not doing this out of the kindness of your heart, and someone's paying you.
Yeah, but you really want us to go away and say that we helped your city out, and then you guys couldn't help us out with our weapons. But at the end of it, wouldn't look good on your city. Surely this would be good for you and everybody else. And hey, you were so pleased with our help that you were willing to reimburse us our weapons. That seems a small price to pay.
What do you say, miss?
I mean, I would sure appreciate the help, and I know that even in the state that these weapons and armor currently are, you could always melt them down, and if you really needed to, like it's still usable metal. It's just they're a little special right now.
You can either make persuasion checks individually, or you can have one of you do it at advantage.
Get persuasion pretty well. Are you okay with that?
Yep. You can do it at advantage then.
All right. Didn't roll great.
That's not bad though.
Well, listen. Here's the thing. You keep on preaching on about how wonderful it would look, how the great leader will look, about nice to adventures. Quite frankly, I don't give a rat's ass about what people think I am. Tell you what I'll do, though. I will compensate you for half the cost of the new items. Would that suffice?
What is half the cost of these items?
Well, so you know what he's saying. His chainmail, he'll give you 37.5 gold pieces. And for a scimitar, which I'm just trying to find.
25, I think. Do I get real quick?
Yeah, so 25. Yeah, 25 altogether.
Okay. And so, can we purchase new ones here? Because I need weapons.
Oh, of course. Well, you're halfway there already.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that works for me. I mean, Eris, I think you have any ideas about that?
So sad because mine is only like a -1 at the moment. But yeah, that sounds fair.
Okay, so the bottom line then is you're getting half price items. So if you can find 25 gold pieces, you can have both your new scimitars, right?
Yeah, I got that. I have that.
Okay, and if you want, it was scale. Oh, it's chainmail, wasn't it? Chainmail.
Yeah, it was chainmail.
It's 75, so say 35 gold pieces. If you've got that, then you can just update your items.
All right, thank you very much. Be happy to. I mean, I'm sure people care about you, but you care about people about your city, and we're happy to tell people we see that you're a generous leader, and this is a good city to a good place to do business.
Well, thank you. I'm sure your word carries great weight. He stares at you.
Yeah.
Thorn will chuckle at that.
Any voice is a good voice.
Okay, and he goes back to his hammering. Okay, back to the dead rose.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So
Okay,
glad
you meet
remembered
up
that.
with
I forgot about that.
Udas,
That would've sucked, yeah.
you're in the process of getting drunk.
After his first drink, he would go out for painters, more paint. That was a
Sure.
good idea. Whoever mentioned I needed more paint, so
I got you.
buy more paint and then go back and get blitz.
Okay. So what we'll say is for the price of the paint and the price of getting absolutely blitzed, I'll say it'll set you back 2 gold pieces, and that'll include accommodation as well.
Done.
Okay. For those who just want to get a meal, settle in for the night, wake up fresh, it will cost you 2 silver pieces for a decent meal and a night's lodging.
Okay.
Okay, morning.
I would like to find if there's like any tattoo parlors around here.
Make a perception check as you look around the town of Dry Gulch.
I'll go with them.
Now I roll good.
Okay, you don't. There's none in Dry Gulch, but what you do discover, there's a fantastic one in Murstone called the Inker's Pen. So there's none here because I don't really use it. But if you went to Murstone, there's a place called the Inker's Pen there, which apparently does excellent work.
Perfect. Sounds good to me then.
Okay. So, you wake up early in the morning, Dry Gulch. I'm not sure how well Udas handles his pain, his alcohol rather. But yeah, morning comes, long rest achieved, that achievement unlocked, and the morning is yours.
Alright, so we're gonna head back to talk to the Prophet, guys. That's our plan.
Yeah, that I think was the plan.
Alright.
Finish this mission.
Okay. Just making a quick note here.
How long is the trip back? A day or 2 days?
It's a day. Okay, so you head off, start the walk back to Murstone, and along the way it's pretty casual. There's nothing much happening. There's a few people going back and forth, traders, probably looking to peddle their wares in the bigger settlements like Murstone. And you get back to Redwater, and it's looking a bit better than it was before. If nothing else, there's no bodies around, so that's good. All the bodies have either been buried or burnt. Well, some of them have been burnt for sure. You see
Weird.
Delor there. Remember, Delor was the one surviving member of the massacre there. And he looks very tired, exhausted. But some refugees have come from Murstone. And Delor looks like he's more or less taken over leadership of the town. He's instructing these effectively unskilled labourers how to harvest the things. And you see him, and he's an absolute filthy mess. He looks tired, he's covered in grime and dirt, but he's still yelling at people. But he's doing an excellent job of bringing Redwater back and the bread basket of this region together. Do you wish to have a talk with Mr. Daler Haysward, aka Hazy? Or would you just like to give him a nod and move on?
Nod and move on for Rafe.
Yeah, I'll give a little bit of a wave, and as I do so, I will prestidigitate all the dirt and grime off of him so that he doesn't look like an absolute mess. I'll give him a little thumbs up, and then I'll leave.
Okay, he gives you a gracious bow, then proceeds to get absolutely filthy again over the course of the next hour. But he did look good
For
there
sure.
for a second. So Daler Haysward is doing an excellent job of bringing Redwater back, as you said, with the refugees. Originally from Mornstead, now it turns out that they're farmers. And you carry on, and you make your way back along the path. A lot easier path there to Murstone. And you arrive back. Now, if you remember, old Softy, I'm surprised no one's actually asked Softy what his real name is, but that's fine. You arrive back in Murstone, and remember, Softy said he was going to get you a crew together for the ship, old Bessie.
Oh boy.
What would you like to do? It's a nickname. Who calls their kid Softy?
I don't know, man.
A monster.
You don't ask me.
Yeah. Okay. What would you like to do?
The Prophet.
The Prophet?
Okay. So, after traveling, you head back down into the Prophet, down into the thing below the bar, and the place is, the little gambling den here is in full swing. You've arrived kind of early evening. People have stopped whatever they're doing. It's a lot busier than other times you see it. But you do see the Prophet, this very well-groomed half-orc with the hair parted in the middle either, the slightly overweight half-orc again with this beautiful tailor's suit. Oh, my friends, come over. Pray tell, what news do you bring me?
your silk minery
Yes.
is we've solved the problem, sir.
And what was the problem, good man?
There was some goopy ooze thing infecting the silkworms, which was causing gnarled hands for the workers. That was what was disrupting your production of the silk in Dry Gulch.
Well, that is most interesting. Do you bring proof back that this problem has been solved?
Oh yes, of course. And then I point to whoever has the papers.
Okay. So
Who had the papers?
nobody had the paper. Go back to Dry Gulch. Let's assume somebody has the papers and hands them over to the prophet. And he breaks the seal from Dry Gulch, reads it, and says, Well, if this is to be believed, which I have no reason to doubt your word, I believe I owe you, what was it, 50 gold piece a person?
A fine jest, sir.
You can't blame a half-orc for trying. So how much was it that I owed you?
It was 1,000 as a
What?
sum of discovering the problem and then fixing the problem.
Well, how
And
would
we
you
did
like
both.
that? Copper pieces?
1,000. What?
Oh no! Not,
Well, I
not
could give you
copper
a
pieces.
1,000 gold pieces. I could give you, what would that be, 100,000 copper pieces?
I mean,
Or
if you
10
have
platinum.
1,000 platinum, I'll take that.
Oh, I'm not giving you 1,000 platinum, dear lady. I can give you 1,000 platinum, 1,000 gold pieces worth of platinum. Done. And he
Okay.
goes to the back. And he invites you to come into one of the back rooms. Understanding, if someone sees me handing over you this amount of money, I can guarantee you'll be mugged before you leave this place.
I can
Oh, no,
try.
I appreciate that, yeah.
Regardless, he takes you back
will
despite the
try.
bravado, and he hands you out, carefully counts out, puts it in 10 stacks of 10. There you go. A deal's a deal. 100 platinum pieces.
It was a pleasure doing business with you, sir.
Yes.
No, pleasure doing business. You've done it well. You've done it within time. You haven't haggled about the price despite my little jest. I appreciate that. I do have other jobs and bits and pieces if you're interested.
Fortunately, we have other matters to tend to. But if we're ever in town and you have a job, you can know the Revengers are down to lend you our swords.
Your face, nothing.
So, Soren would just like look around like at his waist, like what sword?
I'm not looking at my gloves.
I don't even have a sword either.
It's just Rafe and
I
Yeah, I think just Rafe.
Ain't just right, yeah.
Yeah. Who else has got the wall, right? So yes, you can have a sword.
Rafe has two. Rafe has
Oh,
two.
that's true. That's true. 2 swords. Well, of course, if you come back here, the Revengers, is it? Cool. I'll take a note of that. Yes, and let's just say I always have something for people with your unique skill sets, shall we say. And if you are in need of coin, I have jobs that, shall we say, pay significantly more than 100 platinum in pieces. But if you have tasks you need to do, look me up if you're in Murstone again, and we can talk business.
Of course.
Definitely piqued my
course,
interest
old
in more than
soul.
100 platinum. But yeah, other stuff.
Okay, well, I
Yeah,
have a business to attend
before-
to. Yes.
Before Udas leaves, he'd wait to see if he can't get just a second with this guy out of earshot of the others to say, if you know a necromancer, I would suggest looking into it.
Wow, you wait till we leave.
Well,
Be
you
ominous.
do indeed wait
I know.
for them to leave. A necromancer. Why do you say that?
There was necromancy in that goop. If you cross the necromancer, they're coming after you.
Interesting. I will take that on board. Judas, right?
Yes.
Yes. You in particular should look me up next time you're in Murstone. I have jobs that someone of your, shall we say, disposition would be quite well suited to.
Just gives a nod and exits.
Okay. So you all leave the ship, the underground gambling tavern, and head back onto the main street of Murstone.
To the
Check
bank.
on the status of our ship.
And I'm going to say now you guys are officially the Revengers.
Boo.
Nice.
I should quantify that. You're officially Revengers in the mind of the Prophet.
Nice.
Let's give a new name everywhere as we go.
No
Oh
worries.
gosh.
And we're really called the Mysteries.
The MP6. The Mystery Party 6.
Well, you've got no characters starting with the M, so maybe the SP6, the RP6, the EP6, and so
Maybe
on.
maybe that's the mystery.
Maybe there's a way you can scramble the first letter of everybody's names to get something.
I have no M in my name at all.
Sora kind of works out. SUARER, something like that. Anyway, I'll let that be put aside. So the perhaps temporarily named Revengers, what would you like to do?
Should we check on the status of our ship?
Yeah. Ready to get the ship so we can.
To go to the bank.
Yeah, Soren wants to go to the bank so he doesn't get shook down for money again.
But this money's all going to the ship, right?
Nope, we've already
Yeah,
paid
I
for the
thought so.
ship.
Paid for.
Oh, we did.
Oh, so
Yeah.
we divide this out. We divide this out then amongst ourselves then, or something else?
Oh, hell
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Here's one
You
sec.
don't want to cut, you're more than welcome to let us have it.
That's fun.
What am I looking at here? One sec.
It's just 1,000 divided by 6, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's math.
That's what calculators are for.
Excel.
So I make it to be you'll get 166 gold pieces, 6 silver, and 6 copper.
Nice.
And because Armistice gets nice, he gets the extra copper piece left over. So you have 166 gold pieces, 6 silver, and 7 copper. Because of rounding, you get that extra copper piece.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we can put-
166.
Bank sounds good.
Okay, I mean,
66.
you can all feel free to deposit all that money inside of Mina's Mantra Bank if you'd like.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can just take a note of how much you deposit there. I'll leave that you up to your honesty. And if you wish to send it to certain people, feel free to send it to certain people. I know some of you have people you'd like to send it to, so you can just take a note of that and do that yourself. And just take
Hey,
a
Arm,
note.
I'm going to give you all of that money plus 160 gold pieces.
I don't need that money. You keep that for you,
want-
bro.
I'm going to have you keep track of it.
Oh my god.
You can be the banker for our money.
No, we have a bank that we're walking to right now. That's too much money.
Too much money.
Who declines money?
For me to be responsible of. Because if I get mugged or something, then you're gonna be like, but I gave you my money. I know your tricks, Roman.
Well, fine.
Okay, so feel free to deposit as much money as you like at Mina's Mantra Bank. And are you guys holding on to any money, or are you just dumping it all into the bank?
I'm holding on to a little bit.
Yeah, hold on to 30.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just know
I'm
that
going to dump
you calculate-
300 in.
Cool.
Do they send messages or just money?
If you're sending, I'm sorry, I just got to. They do send a message, but the message is very functional. It's like Malcolm has sent you 500 gold pieces, and then you state the name, and that's about it. So it's not a message like it's just
Like on
The beer-
Venmo.
yeah. Like I think of it as the Western Union equivalent. You just give your name, and Mina has ways of knowing who's who, and she just messages the person saying, "Come pick up your money from whoever," and then they do. So there's not a
Okay.
messaging service like, if you want to write a letter to a loved one or something. She doesn't offer that service.
Is there a place that offers that service in town?
Make a perception check as you have a walk around town with us.
Isn't there a place we said is sending somewhere? We talked about it last time.
Well, yeah, but the leaders of Mirstone have a ways of communicating with the monastery, with messaging and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, you have a look around, look for maybe some type of magic users who could send a message. You don't find anything along those lines, Udas.
Yeah, the city's not big enough.
I mean, it's a decent sized city, but like Clifton is much larger than this. Which you would know because you're kind of from that area. I know everybody's claiming they're from that area, but yeah, just not big enough. But what is fine, though, Armistice, is a tattoo parlor.
Oh yeah, I want to get some tats.
Okay, so you find this establishment from directions in Drygold called the Inker's Pen, which is a very back alley type of place. But you go inside and you see the example of the artwork by this tattoos artist, and it's just fantastic. Very much a hidden gem. What would you like tattooed, Armistice?
I will be getting on my right arm. I'm adding 7 cherry blossoms to the tree on my right arm, and then on my left arm, in addition, I'm gonna add 12 more stars to the little galaxy that's already there. And then that's it.
Okay. I've never had a tattoo. I've got no idea the prices for tattoos.
And some massage. How good they are.
Yeah,
And
it
the
depends
artist.
on the artist, yeah.
How good they are. Yeah.
Imagine the best tattoo at us in the wood. If we did a simple star, it'd be $1,000 or something. I'm going to say 10 gold pieces. There we go. 10 gold pieces
Alright.
to get that done.
I give him
Okay. And he does
12 gold pieces with
Oh.
2 as a tip.
He does an excellent job.
Oops, excellently added.
Is that colored errors or is it just like
Black lines.
black lines? $100. Interesting. Yeah, I've
That's Canadian. Well, I guess you're Canadian also.
Oh yeah, I relate to that. Yeah, not technically Canadian though. My citizenship is coming through any day now, and I'll be officially Canadian.
Do you guys have the
One of
Friday the
us.
13th thing in Canada too? For like $13 tattoos?
Oh,
No. Well, not that I know of.
It's
yeah,
great. You get a bunch of small little tattoos for $13.
cool. $1,000, yeah, $1,000. Wow. Well, there we go. Something I... Ah, there's a tattoo. Very cool. Nice.
Oh.
All right. So, tattoos done. Money deposited and sent. And as I said, just take a note what you sent, how much is in the bank and how much is on your person. And that'll be great. What else would you like to do?
Check on the ship now.
Probably meet our new crew and find out what we're
Oh,
supposed to
yeah.
be paying them. Now that I think about it.
See if Softy's still alive.
Okay.
He's kicking.
Oh, let me bring up my notes on that. Okay, so you head back down to the docks, and the first thing you see is old Bessie, the ship that you've been using. And it's a different ship. It looks great, it looks seaworthy, it looks trim, it looks proper. Got some fantastic sails, which were supplied by you, but they've done an excellent job. And your old mate Softy is there, and he's kind of just inspecting the ship and wandering around. And he doesn't see you coming, but he's up there on the ship, like almost down on his hands and knees, almost looking at various pieces. I assume you head up onto the boat himself and say, hello, welcome back. How did things go in Dragulch?
Swimmingly.
Swimmingly, I assume that's a good thing. And are we ready to set sail? I've assembled a crew for you. 10 of the finest seamen you'll ever likely to see.
Cool. Sounds promising.
Are they actually though? But yeah,
10 of,
Yeah.
10 of the finest draft
Line up,
dodgers.
let us inspect them.
Well,
I mean,
I've personally vetted them, and they definitely know their way around a ship. Basically, I've hired 2 gunners who can man our ballista if things go wrong. I've hired 4 deckhands. Now, they'll basically keep the ship running, trim the sails, adjust ropes, and so on. And I've also hired 4 what we call in the trade night shift workers who will keep the ship going through the night. So at any time, we'll have 4 deckhands and 4 night shift workers and gunners as when is required. Yes, that's right. 2 gunners, 4 deckhands, and 4 night shift workers. So when the deckhands work, the night shift workers are eating, sleeping, that type of thing, and vice versa. Now, cost for running this. Once we hit the open water, there's going to be wear and tear on old Bessie to keep her in fantastic shape. It's going to be maintenance cost of about 30 gold pieces a month. Murstone can definitely do this. There's many other ports around here. We could pull into any one of those. But it's going to cost about 30 gold pieces a month to keep old Bessie going. Now, salaries. Slightly different matter, slightly more expensive. To keep these sailors, trained sailors, it's going to cost 300 gold pieces a month. Now, old Crossley, accidentally said his real name, old Softy has managed to strike up a deal, and that the first month of wages will be paid at the end of the first month. So we have a month of, free salaries, but at the end of the month, 300 gold pieces is required, or I think it's fair to say we'll have the proverbial mutiny on our hands. Sounds good?
So, do they want payment after the first month?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
So a month being 4 10 days. So 40 days from now, 300 gold pieces need to be paid. Otherwise, they won't be happy.
And we'll need double that if we want to keep them on for another month.
Paid at the end of each month. So 300 during a month.
Oh,
Another
I thought you said it
300
was,
in a month.
okay.
Yeah. So effectively, they've trusted my word that you guys are good for what you'll say, and that you'll pay him 300 gold pieces in 1 month's time, which is 14 days. Is that fair?
What's the total going to be on that then?
Well, I guess technically to run the ship for a month is 330 gold pieces, which would include maintenance and salaries.
Okay, so we have that, and if we probably try to get more if we can, basically, to pay for it. Gotcha.
If we don't make more than that in a month, I am no longer sailing on this ship.
You gonna swim? You gonna swim? Because that's an option.
Don't worry, we'll make plenty of money. You just saw how much money we got.
I mean,
He's got 166 gold pieces per person. We mostly saved it.
Well, when do we ship out? And where are we going?
I guess you ship as soon as I guess now. Is there a day we need to wait to ship, or is there a certain time when you wait to ship, or can we go now? Is there any reason why we're waiting, guys?
We can go now. Would you like me to assemble the crew?
Yes.
Okay, they're just in the pub off there, and he starts walking the wrong way down the wharf towards the bar. Like the bar is at the end of the wharf, he's going the other way. Just follow me, this way.
Sorry, we'll turn him around.
Oh, I'm sorry, just checking. I mean, I can smell the sea. I just wanted to see if you guys did. And he turns around and heads back into a pub and says, "Right, the crew for Old Bessie, step forward, please." And you see these various sailors stepping forward. They're all on somewhere in the 20s and 30s. They look well tanned, well muscled, and he introduces them one by one to you. I'm not going to say them all out, but I'll put it in Discord.
What do you mean?
Because I've already typed it out.
Oh, look at that!
Milton.
No, name's not Milton, sir. You can just call me the Shadow.
That will
Nice
never
name.
happen.
My name's the Shadow, though.
Shadow knows. Well,
Salty dog.
And you
I
see
love them.
some of them match, like obviously Cedric Golden Tooth has a golden tooth. Styles has got a crooked nose. It'll be punched a few more times and it's permanently off to the side. Fulk has got 2 permanent black eyes. It seems he's been punched so often in there. Garnet's got, and so on and so on and so on.
Okay, you're making too much noise.
I like Savage Soul. It's a good one.
This phone number. Contact the device that you want to call.
what was that?
No,
Sorry.
I can't open the pod door. Pal.
My bad.
Before we leave the bar, Udas would like to buy 2 cases of whatever alcohol they might have for sale.
Okay.
Do they have room?
Oh,
The seas.
There's plenty of room on Old Bessie. I mean, it's technically a sloop, and what a sloop is typically used for is by more rich merchants who want to go from places in a hurry. So it's lightly armored, but it's fast and it's easy to able to slip in and out of tight spaces. So it's ideal for moving small groups of people around the ocean. So it's perfect for what you're doing it for. But it can do cargo as well. But at the moment, you look below and Softy's done a good job. There's like various supplies, some fresh fruit even. He's managed to acquire because, scurvy's a thing, but he didn't purchase alcohol. But if you want a couple of barrels of ale, I guess is what you're going for there, Udas?
If they have something stronger, that would be preferable. Whiskey or
I said rum because we're
rum.
Rum.
on the seas.
Why is the rum gone?
I'll
Yeah,
say,
they have like bottles.
well, you can get a keg, effectively, of ale for, I'll say, 10 gold pieces. So you're just looking for a whole bunch of bottles of harder alcohol, or are you looking for a keg?
Yeah,
of...
like a box of 12.
Okay, like a 12 pack of rum bottles.
Yep.
I'll say that'll sit you back 10 gold pieces as well.
All right, 3 of those
Okay.
will come on board with.
So you got. I'll put that down in my notes for old Bessie. You have a keg of beer and 30 bottles of rum. You bought 3 of them?
Yeah.
Okay, done. Okay. And in case you're interested, I'll make sure this link works. There is everything you need to know about old Bessie.
Ooh.
Okay, so the crew is assembled. The other thing we'll just sort out is, well, we have various roles we need to fill on here. I'm certainly capable of captain, but if anybody would like to take reins of the ship, have overall command, then let me know. Otherwise, I'm more than happy to do it myself. So who would you like captaining old Bessie?
Is anybody able to even steer or command a ship?
Survival
our
and
group.
perception would be the useful traits there.
You
Is
said
it a
Definitely
perception?
not me.
Perception and
Yeah.
survival, ideally. Probably survival more than perception.
I got a +3 survival, but that's about it. If you guys are probably better
I
than I
got
am.
I have a
+4.
+2 survival.
There you go.
+4 survival.
Yeah.
I got none of that.
Eris,
Yeah.
wow. Big whiff for Eris.
I got a +9 to perception though, or
Jesus.
persuasion. I mean,
That's how cows go.
You're gonna persuade the boat.
Yeah.
Don't sink, don't sink, don't sink.
please don't sink.
Well, who's it going to be? Says Softy.
You,
I'll
good
do
sir.
it.
Oh gosh.
Damn it.
Armistice.
If that's the thing you said that's linked to survival and perception, I can do that.
Okay. I'll take role of first mate, which means I get to boss other people around, but ultimately I'm under your control. Armistice.
Okay, I mean, I can just be the figurehead leader. I still think you're in control of old Bessie, old
All right.
Softy.
Very good. Bosun, basically keeping the ship afloat. And his eyes immediately go to Eris. I think this is right up your alley, Eris. If we take on any damage, you're going to be responsible for repairing it, securing loads. Maybe we track cargo, it needs to be tied down.
Yeah, sure, I can do that.
Now, ship's mage. This is something very D&D, obviously. If we're under attack, someone responsible for firing off spells, both offensive, defenses, and maybe helping with the repairs.
Orange at you.
I
We're only
suppose.
mage.
I could do that, yeah.
Quartermaster, keeping things underlined, almost like an accountant, keeping track of stock. I'll do that. I'll take down that role as Softy. Finally, last one. Surgeon/cleric, I guess. Responsible for the general health of the crew, taking care of any diseases that might crop up, injuries after battles that we might get into.
Dibs.
Oh
Good.
god, no.
And smile and nod.
No.
That sounds
I have
like
a
a
plus
dibs.
2 to medicine.
Well, it'd be
Thank
perfect.
God I brought my own medicine. Udas does as he carries the booze on board.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna stick my
Beautiful.
tongue out at you.
I've recorded all those rolls, and if you notice, if you refresh that old Bessie page, you'll see all the appropriate titles there. Okay, sussed. So where are we going?
Ross.
Yeah, Crossley Ross, that's his name. Yep.
Oh.
Crossley Softy Ross. So, where are we going?
I'm gonna just look at Armistice because I'm pretty sure he told
Yep.
us we needed to go somewhere.
Yeah. Decayed Isle. Are you guys still down to help me with that?
I mean,
It's
Yep. I just I didn't take a job because of this, so I'm assuming we're helping, and otherwise I'm gonna be pretty mad.
I like to deal with you. We'll do that next. Do that now if we can find out what's going on with Soren after that. How's that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I just, like I said, this is a time-sensitive thing because
gotcha.
I know
That's
how
what I'm saying.
horrible the assembly is.
Okay. So as long as you're cool with that deal, that's fine.
Yeah, I honestly don't care about that. Like, we can do whatever the group wants to do after.
Oh,
I
this
just
is all
want
Ray,
this
not Sean, by the way.
ticked off.
This is
Yeah,
Ray,
that's
not
what
Sean.
that's what
Okay.
Armistice is telling
Yeah, yeah.
Ray. I need this
Yeah.
ticked off before I can do anything else
I
to
got
help
you.
the group.
Okay.
The only thing I request is that we give Mornstead a pretty wide berth because I don't want that ship ballista thing going off while we are anywhere close to that, and while it's occupied by enemies, quote unquote.
Speaking of
Well,
which,
yeah, that's a good
the
idea.
naval blockade is still around Mirstone, but is a lot thinner than than before. And Crossley Ross has informed you that he's made arrangements that you should be able to go through the blockade with no problems. But it's a lot thinner than before.
nice.
Cedric Goldentooth, he comes up to you, kind of hat in his hands, and he comes up to you, Armistice, and he says, "Captain, a few words on behalf of the boys, if you don't mind."
Of course. What's up?
You're telling us we're going to the Decayed Island?
Yes.
Well, you see, inside Dragon Bay, there's lots of small islands here with very small communities on them. They fish their waters, and no one gives them much, problems. They don't tend to mind the wars going on. They just wave to whoever happens to be in power. They don't really care. And those islands, they're good, honest people. But the Decayed Island, that place is cursed. I mean, there seems to be some constant rot going in there. Now, don't get me wrong, Captain. I'm not afraid of going there, but we just need assurances that you're good to your word and that this 300 gold pieces will be forthcoming at the end of the month. So the boys and I just want to get off on the right foot, tell you what we're concerned about, and some type of assurances from you, because we don't know you. So we just need some confidence that this 300 gold pieces is going to be forthcoming.
I will. Are all of the boys in front of me right now? The
Cedric
boys?
is there with his hat in his hand, and the boys, and they are all boys, are standing behind them, kind of sheepishly looking down at their feet. They've obviously almost pushed Cedric and Goldentooth Yamo forward to do the talking on their behalf.
Okay. Is 5 gold a lot to a commoner?
5 gold is a small fortune to a commoner.
Okay.
Some people walk in the fields all day for copper pieces.
Then I'm going to call to rally the boys and then say, as a sign of good faith, I'm going to give each of them 5 gold as a show of faith, I guess, and advance to their monthly salary to show them that we got the money to provide for them, I guess.
Okay. So, I mean,
And
each of
that
them
will
would be...
come from mine.
Okay, so that would be 50 gold pieces, of course.
Yeah, going away from me.
Okay. So, they gratefully accept your money and give you a nod. Just making a note here.
And who was I talking to? Golden Tooth?
Golden Tooth. Cedric Golden Tooth. Yep.
Alright, and then I'm just gonna say, I hope this puts your mind at ease, sailors. We're gonna all get there all out alright. Right? And then, yeah, that's it.
Okay. So, make a persuasion check at advantage. And you're giving them... and they'll have 30 gold pieces coming to them at the end of the month. So this is, you know, a fairly big one.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So the crew gratefully accepts it. Cedric says, thank you, sir. I think we'll be having a good relationship, no doubt. So thank you.
Before we leave, Rafe's going to make the rounds to all of the crew as well as his party and kind of check in with everybody, tell them stories, just give them kind of pump them up for the trip ahead.
Oh, okay, nice. Chapter 6, so, well, we'll say 10. Each creature gains temporary hit points. Okay, cool. So, I'm keeping track behind the scenes about the morale on your ship. And I must say, you are all off to an excellent start with Rafe. So what type of things are you saying, Rafe?
Go one by one, kind of like a check-in, kind of like walking the troops, and talking to them about how they're doing, tell them stories, check on their lives, kind of get if they're any insecurities, pepping them up, just kind of getting them ready for the trip ahead, so they're kind of feeling really motivated to go and be with everybody.
Okay, cool. So the only thing you really notice is there's a distinct pecking order amongst the crew, and it's pretty much as it's listed in the notes there. The gunners are well respected, the deckhands are happy because they work at night, and the night shift are kind of they're kind of lowest on the totem pole because they're working the night shift. Apart from that, I mean, it's perfectly normal. You'd expect that type of thing. So yeah, it's good. Okay. So, time to set sail on the open sea. Let me just check something.
Is there a crow's nest?
There is a crow's nest. Yep.
Is there anyone up there?
Nope.
Cool. I'm gonna go chill up there with my spell-casty mage powers.
Okay.
And a telescope if someone has one. I don't.
Okay, so, I saw you, I think it was Eris plotting out the course. Do you want to plot out a course for me? Like, just draw it on the map.
Draw it on the map.
Yep. My beautiful map that you guys are already scribbling all over. Like, who's this more like dead water? Laugh my ass off. Who was that? Who did that?
No wonder.
No color, no one can tell.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't match the color.
We all know now, man. We don't know everybody.
I put got him because I thought that was pretty funny.
I think I put more like dead water. I'm not sure. It could have been me. It could have been somebody else. Sounds like something I would do. There we go. I think I drew it on the map. Does it show up?
Yep, I see it.
Perfect.
How much would a telescope cost?
Telescope is included in Old Bessie.
Ah, perfect. I'll just take that and go up top then.
Okay, so finally, you're off the Restless Island, the prominent island in the Broken Isles, and you set out on Old Bessie, spirits high. Your crew doing an excellent job of trimming the mainsail and other nautical terms that I'm not personally familiar with. But it goes well. You slip, as I said, it's a reasonably fast ship, and you kind of dash out of the bay away from Murstone, ducking between these frigates there. Some of the rumours you did heard by Murstone, by the way. Captain Draven Rathmore, if you remember, was trying to reclaim Mornstead. She failed, and she's returned to Murstone with significantly less forces, but Mornstead, as far as you know, is still in the hand of the Ascended Host, so her attempt to liberate it didn't work, but you assume there's more to happen from there. Now, the other thing I would just note, there are lots of other cities sort of along the bay around here. I haven't put them in yet, but just keep in mind it's not just abandoned. There's cities there, I just haven't put them in yet. Okay, but you slip through, and then you start heading due west. Whoops. Now, unfortunately, the winds aren't quite with you. So, you get to about here. On the first day, the travelling's quite slow just with the way that the wind is going. On a good day of sailing, you could maybe have gotten there in one day, but this is taking you a bit longer. And night falls. It's your first night at sea. If there's anything people want to do, now would be the time. Otherwise, we'll just carry on into the next day.
Can I try to make a poison out of the goopy stuff that I have?
Absolutely. Do me another one of those alchemy checks, please.
Can I help?
Can he help?
Yeah?
Are you proficient in alchemy?
I'm a bard. I'm proficient in almost everything.
That's true.
Jack of all trades, baby.
That's true. So make another roll, Eris. We'll just say that's the advantage of the best of these two. Roman points out some critical elements, and together, with each of you picking up on critical elements, you nail it. Are you looking for an ingested poison or a poison you could apply to a sword?
I'm gonna say probably an ingested one. Roman, would you agree with that? We only have one person that actually uses a blade. I guess two. Armistice has a
I
pointy
think that
dagger.
would be the best thing, because I could even, like, shapeshift into, like, the cook and slide it into somebody's food if we ever need to assassinate somebody,
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree with that. So yeah, we're looking for ingestible.
Okay, cool. So let me...
We're terrible people.
Jello. Poison Jello.
I was thinking
Okay.
cookies. Who turns down cookies?
Especially if they're warmed up first, yeah. We've gone over this today.
Yeah, I poisoned all of you. You didn't know?
Oh god.
Speaking of poisoning, Judas would be getting drunk. Back at,
Sure.
Beautiful segue.
thank you. And pretty much, he just sits there, drinks, and then only moves to stand up to pee off the back of the ship. And then, so,
Add some salt to the water.
and assuming nothing happens during the night, I'm gonna say that probably is 6 bottles of rum gone.
Oh, okay. Not mucking around. Okay,
So I was
Eris?
also going to double check and make sure that everybody's health was good before we dock, including the like shipmates. Make sure nobody has scurvy or
Sure.
everybody's like in really good health and all that good stuff.
Make a medicine check. And 3 bottles of rum are gone. Okay. And I just sent you a private message, Eris, with exactly what your poison will do. And
Perfect. And that's
Nice.
one dose of it, I'm assuming?
1 dose of it. And what you end up with is it looks like water. So you could apply it on. It's odorless. It's tasteless. But well, you see what it does. So just take note of that. Everyone's in pretty good health. Roman, you go around. No scurvy or anything. I mean, you're literally at 1 day at sea. But things are good.
Cool.
And-
I'm gonna lie to one of the guys and go like, "Hey, you're gonna want to make sure you get a couple extra hours of sleep tonight. You're looking a little tired."
Don't usually get asked that by my superiors, but absolutely, a couple of hours of sleep. You got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna nod and act like I did something useful.
Okay. Sorry, I did a slight mistake there. Okay, so, yep, you increase the sea level by just a little bit with your escapades off the side of the ship, Udas. And the morning comes. The night crew has took over in the night, and you wake up in the morning right about here. The night crew, good old Bashed Furious, the legend, and Salty Dog get you through the night. And morning comes. The wind's picked up a little bit. And just lost my notes. Get rid of all that. Okay, and you're up on the crow's nest.
Yeah.
Having a look out. Yeah, so make me a perception check. I'll say at advantage, Soren, with your spyglass thingamajig.
Oh, shit. Oh, there we go. It's shift.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
Look at that.
Double 19s, nice. So, as you crash through these things, moving into kind of into this huge bay called Dragon Bay, as the crew tells you, you swear you see about 5 miles off a giant iceberg, and you crash into it, and you sink, and you all die. Ha!
Except one.
You don't see an iceberg, but you do see what you swear looks like almost a floating forest, but not like a nice forest, sort of like a twisted vines and very low. But you swear it's like a floating forest, maybe about 30 feet in diameter.
Interesting. Does it look like it's moving or just sitting there?
I think with a 20, you notice it's moving, and it's kind of moving towards the ship.
Okay. Soren, it's in front of us, right?
Yep, if you keep going, you'll be on a collision course with this thing. It's
Soren
getting
will
closer.
call out that that there's something in front of us and it looks like it's moving towards us. A few miles out. He won't go into detail what it actually is, because that just sounds crazy.
Wait, what did you say?
Crazy.
No, Soren will call out that there's something in front of us and it's heading towards us a few miles out.
I guess I would tell Softy to steer a course away from that then.
Okay, you heard the captain, man. Hard to starport, heading away, and the ship kind of makes a veer to the north. But then this thing makes the appropriate adjustment and is heading towards you.
Oh gosh.
I'll say that it corrected to stay on a collision course with us.
Softy, do you know what this is?
He can't see.
Call for everyone to get the
Drive it,
battle
Joey.
station.
Battle stations, Captain. You got it. And the men gap up. The gunners get on the ballista and kind of get it loaded,
Don't
swivel, and point towards these
Fire
things.
yet, though. Don't
And-
fire yet.
Holding fire, Captain. You got it. And all the men, the deckhands, the night shift, they're woken up, and they all get the appropriate scimitars and then getting ready. Waiting your orders, Captain.
Is the floating forest like doing anything, or it's just moving towards us?
It's just making a beeline towards you.
And Softy has never heard of any
Oh, sorry.
details of a floating forest before.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We're going to make a... I'm going to say, Eris, with the role that you have on the ship, I'm going to have you make a history check for the crew. So in other words, Eris, just make a history check, and this will be representative of what the crew knows.
Oh God!
And they all look they look confused, and they I don't know, miss. We've most of our sailings been more towards the Wonderman Assembling in Clifftown. That's where our experience is, and fate brought us here. So, don't know, miss. And the forest, almost more like swamp-like than forest-like, is continuing to drift towards you. Captain! Orders!
Is there any way we can just like kind of go around it?
Which way, Captain? Do you want to draw a course where what you... Like, you're here. Like, do you go south into the open waters? Do you go north?
I'm thinking we kind of go like... Wah.
Okay. Rafe, you send out your divine sense. There is no celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of you. How long does it last for?
Didn't never say. That's what I hate about divine sense.
Well, I'll tell you what, when it gets within 60 feet of you, I'll let you know if it's celestial fiend or undead. I'll let... spoiler alert, it's not any one of those three things. So there we go. So
How
once you
big
get 60
is the ship?
the ship is... where is it? Whenever you clicked on the sheet, I gave you notice it's 60 feet long, 65 feet long by 12 feet wide.
Cool. I'm going to cast Silent Image and make like a little 15-foot rowboat that looks
Okay.
like it's going the opposite way that we're going to try and like distract it.
Okay, got it. Make me a performance check.
Oh yeah.
This little rowboat heads in the opposite direction, looking as realistic as you can with the level of spell that you have. The forest is coming closer and closer and closer. Captain, what should we do? Should we open fire? What's the call, Captain?
Wait, so it didn't get distracted?
Oh no, it doesn't care about the boat.
Oh God. Should
Well,
we, should we open fire, guys?
No, if you do anything to us yet? I mean,
Can
you
I-
see anything about it yet? Can you see anything on it or anything?
Yeah, can we?
But now I'm going to say it's maybe 100 feet with you, and it's going to be here in a matter of minutes. So anybody who wants a closer look, you can make a perception check. And Soren, if you're still up on the crow's nest, you can make an at advantage. Armistice, no Rafe, no Roman. You're not sure. The only thing you really deduce, Soren, is the forest is floating on a something. It is not the forest itself that's moving, it's the thing that the forest is on that's moving.
He'll just point that out.
So,
Like he'll mention
open
that.
fire.
Does anyone want to try to parlay with it? Is there like a parlay flag that we have or something?
Can I
It's
just
white,
yell at it
like-
that we're friendly, but to please leave us alone?
Okay, a parlay flag. I'm not sure, but there would be a flag you could fly to say you don't want.
Yeah, we don't want smoke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure it's just a white flag, isn't it? Like a surrender flag, kind of.
That's different to parlay, right? Parlaying is not just surrendering. So I say a bright blue flag is a sign that you have no ill intentions, and so that is put up. The crew jumps to do that. Eris, you're yelling at this thing that you want no problems.
Yep.
That sounds like a persuasion check to me.
Mm. It's not bad. It's not bad.
So what exactly are you yelling there, Eris?
We don't want any trouble. We're not here to cause issues and stuff. We're just going by, if you don't mind. Island.
Literally
Thing.
passing through.
Okay, as you say this, you figure it's been heard despite the ocean sound and the gulls that have followed your boat from Mirstone. You feel that whatever this thing is has heard you, and then with an almighty splash, this massive creature breaks the surface and then crashes down onto the water, and a massive wave comes and rocks the boat, and just as a reflex you hold on to the side of it as this massive creature, almost as big as your ship, not quite as big as your ship, and you notice this green reptilian face poking out of the water first. It's got this bright green eye with green skin. The other one's a little bit milky, and you notice on its skin there's lots of scars, you assume from battles this creature has had. And on the back of this creature is a massive shell with cracked pieces, bits and pieces. And covered across it is this forest almost. And now that it's breached the surface, you probably know what it is. Do you guys know what it is?
Dragon turtle.
It is a dragon turtle. And this turtle is absolutely massive. I said almost as big as your ship. And he cracks down next to your thing. And I said the big surf wave comes. And then he starts swimming around your boat in a big circle. And the boat, despite the sails and everything else, is slowly rotating, spinning in place. And with this one green eyes is just keeping an eye on you as it circles around. And the way the boat is spinning, it's keeping its eye dead set on the boat. So the boat is rotating sort of in place with this dragon turtle. And you hear a deep voice as you're spinning and can't help but getting a little nauseous. It says, "Who gave you permission to come into my bay?"
I'm gonna cast suggestion on it.
Oh God!
Prepare to die? Okay, got it.
What are you suggesting?
I'm gonna say no one gave us no one said that we could, so we're just gonna leave now if you let us, which you will, right? And I'm gonna also use unsettling words to like, because you're a really nice turtle, dragon turtle, right?
Okay, that doesn't sound unsettling, but that's cool. We can still do it. So he gets a minus
He's unsettled.
D6 to his
Yeah.
roll.
Yes.
Gosh.
Let me just check one thing. Let me bring up a stat sheet for an ancient dragon turtle.
Oh my goodness, it's ancient.
It's ancient. This thing is huge. I mean, here's a picture from D&D Beyond, just for perspective. I'm not saying that it's this creature, but that at least gives you some idea.
We're all gonna die.
Okay, so wisdom saving through?
Yes.
Wisdom. And do you want to roll your D6 for your unsettling
Already
voice?
did. I got a 6.
You got a 6, so wisdom saving throw.
So he has to roll a 21.
You think puny magics is going to change my mind? Once again, I ask you, who gave you permission to come into my bay? Then almost as an act of, I'll let you determine what he does, but he takes a huge breath and this massive steam cloud just erupts above old Bessie. Like high enough that it doesn't damage anybody, but you can feel the heat just radiating off this thing. It takes a big deep of water and it's instantly vaporized into steam and goes above you. And you know that if that hit the ship, you'd be in big problem. And actually,
no one gave us permission to be here. We just want to leave, please. Thanks.
Can
you
we
allow
ask
us-
for your permission? Like,
well, before
can you give us
that,
permission?
can everybody make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh, okay.
Wisdom. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Oh god.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
So everybody who rolled below 15 is terrified at the sight of this creature. So who gave you permission to circle around my bay? This is my territory!
We
See.
meant no disrespect,
It was an
oh
accident.
great dragon turtle.
Or no harm.
Yeah, no disrespect or no harm to you or your domain. We simply wish to travel to destroy some evil slavers who are probably messing with your land, by the way. And then we'll get out of your hair.
You look at this extremely bored turtle and wonder why you said you'd get out of its hair.
Your kelp, sorry.
You need to, number one, show a little bit more respect. Don't need smart aleck answers from you. I think you need to make some offering to me, Grydig. What have you to offer me?
What do I have to
What would you like?
What have you got? You
You
determine
want gold?
what price it is for your life. Throw that overboard, and if I deem it so worthy enough, I will spare your ship. And you can swear, as this dragon is continuing to loop around old Bessie, the forest, which is more like a swampy forest on his back, you can swear it's moving. Like, not just moving in the breeze, but like one part of it kind of shuffles to another part of its shell, and that kind of bumps another part, which shuffles to a different part. So make of that what you will. So, you make your offering worthy. If I declare it unworthy, then you will sleep at the bottom of the sea.
I'm gonna throw my magic boots into the ocean as an offering.
Okay, what are those magic boots exactly?
The boots of false tracks.
What that I got from helping that family.
Okay. Going to look that up.
I don't know what he could use with boots, but
Maybe they'll look fabulous on him.
And he looks at the boots, and the boots sink to the bottom. And he goes, and then 37 gold is thrown over the side. The crew looks at each other. Captain? If we throw this over, do we get it back?
Your
they're
life
talking
is
about
there,
the
dude.
gold I gave them.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll pay you back. Just throw it over.
And
This
they
is
all-
life or death.
And they all throw over, so a total of 30 gold now. And he continues to circle around.
I gave them 50 total.
Mhm.
I
So
expect them to dump all of it.
They did.
Okay.
So crew dumps 30. So Roman Udas, Soren, are you doing anything? Oh, you're just flat broke, aren't you?
Always.
Always. Rafe, what are you doing?
He can throw over 20 gold. That's all he has.
Okay.
On him, anyway. On him.
Soren will throw all his rations over, I guess.
Okay, so Soren
And,
throws a copper piece worth over.
And some holy water in a flask for whatever reason.
Let's say Soren. Can you roll me 2d4, please?
Okay.
5. And the dragon turtle continues to circle around you, and it's getting quite fast. It's a spin. You're having to hold on to the side of old Bessie just to keep your footing. It's spinning so fast. You have given me a worthy sacrifice. I suggest in the future, if you enter my bay, you make the sacrifices right in the spot before you go any further. Do I make myself clear?
Very clear.
Yes,
Very
master.
clear.
Turtle.
If I may, would there
Oh,
be
God.
any chance of us possibly hiring you for your services
Oh my gosh.
Not at the moment.
Roman.
in the future? I mean,
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Told you we should have thrown Roman over.
the lowest I can roll is a 19.
Okay, so with a 19, with your jack of all trades, I think gives you that, doesn't it, or something does, reliable talent, something like that. Anyway, you're asking an ancient dragon who's been around here for centuries to be your servant, to be your employer. Employer would be the best. Your employer. You're employing a dragon who you've just tossed over, I don't know, maybe 150 gold pieces worth of stuff, plus the boots of false tracks, which
like
is
if we were to
magical.
pay him like 20,000 gold pieces, would he be willing to help us in the future? Kind of like the idea.
He spins around and round, and then he ducks out of sight, and you hear an almighty crack at the bottom of the ship, and then you see the dragon turtle no more.
You guys
Huh?
don't know.
The bottom of the ship?
Crack as in he sinks our ship.
Mm-hmm.
He disrespected him, man.
Can I go
Dude needs-
downstairs and check? That's my job, I think.
How's
Yeah,
it
there-
disrespectful? We could use somebody so magnificently strong if something crazy happens in
You
the
gotta
future.
play them up while they're there, man. It doesn't work when they're gone.
You said what?
You go down below, Eris, and there is indeed a crack in the bottom of the hull, and the ship is taking on water. Not at an alarming rate. You're not going to sink anytime soon, but it's definitely going to take some repairs to be strong again. Like, you feel like maybe if you're attacked from below again, from maybe this dragon turtle, maybe something else, the ship would sink quite quickly. So you're in no immediate danger. It is taking on water, but the crew can just bail it out. Just have shifts to stop it becoming too much of a problem. So that's what you see. What do you do, Eris?
How big is this hole?
There's cracks on the bottom, but the main part is about... It's not that big, maybe about 10 centimeters?
I have some like giant spider webbing and like bits of wood. Can I make like a paste and try to fill it?
Being the artificer you can certainly try. What tools are you going to use for that?
Well, I mean, I could make whatever tools I want. It just takes me an hour. I do have Tinker's tools on me at the moment. What do they do?
Tinker tools would work.
Could I help?
Sure.
You've done enough.
No, I'll accept it. I'll accept it. It worked out well last time.
Yeah, let's do we'll do a Tinker Tools check. That's fine. And I think I use your intelligence again, which I know you'll like given your intelligence.
Yes, very big brained. And you said with advantage?
Yes, because Roman is helping. Yep, you do a good job. Yep, 19. You patch it up so that at the very least there's no bucket chain gang that's going to be required. The hole is fixed, but to get it properly repaired, you're going to have to take it to somewhere like Murstone to get the hull properly repaired. But you've stopped the leak at least.
Perfect.
And you hear there's some discontent amongst the crew. And they're starting to shout back and forth at each other, saying, does anybody want to find out what they're talking about?
Yes, I want to eavesdrop on them.
The basic bone of contention is as they left Murstone, they all threw in a copper piece, for good luck. And they're basically thinking that they're under the crew of a basically bunch of landlubbers who don't know enough to pay tribute to the Sea Queen before they leave, as none of you threw gold or anything into it. So they're very unhappy with you, and they think you've brought bad luck upon this boat.
Well, why didn't you tell us to do that?
Because...
or even suggest it. You're quick to come and ask for money, but don't want to mention we might throw one coin over?
We thought it was obvious. We thought this is what people who knew the ocean. You pay your tributes to the Sea Queen, the Sea Bitch, as some people call her, and you get good luck on our travels. So your inattention and inexperience about the ways of the ocean has maybe cost us.
I think your lack of being able to say something cost us, in my personal opinion.
Make a persuasion or an intimidation check. Up to you. I'm not sure what flavor you want to do with that, Roman, but you're persuading them. And they kind of grumble and look amongst themselves sheepishly. And then
in the future, if you have suggestions that might make our trip safer, it's best you speak up and say it.
Understood.
We're all here on the boat together, and we need to survive, right?
Yeah. well, might I suggest then, as we maybe an hour or so along the journey, so the sea bitch won't get confused with the dragon, maybe throw a few coins over the edge. That's
I'm
my
going to throw
suggestion.
6 silver pieces over.
As you're plainly not that experienced with it, perhaps you need to listen a little bit closer. Now, you asked me to come forward, and I specifically said that money is now the dragon turtles. You need to sail on for another hour to make a clear distinction between the sea bitch and the dragon.
Oh. Well, oops.
Eris will go ahead and give each one of the crew members a copper to throw over, because I'm assuming they've already paid their toll. They should pay. I'm assuming everybody has to pay again, essentially.
Sure. Okay. So you hit another hour or so along. Soren? Trusting your silver now? Oh, no, sorry, Roman. Soren just flecks a gold. Roman?
I will fleck over 1 copper piece, because that's all I have left.
Sure. That's right. Eris.
I'll throw over a copper, because that's what everybody else is throwing over, other than Soren, who is apparently made of money.
Yudas sends a silver.
The turtle didn't shake me down, man. I have gold.
Rafe?
I was fucking scared, man.
Yeah. You said copper, the way I was doing?
Yep.
Yeah, I can do that. I have that at least. I only have 3 gold left.
It varies from a gold to a copper. Roman, you threw over. What did you throw over?
1 copper piece.
And Armistice, finally.
Throw a gold piece.
All right. Okay, with it, the crew looks a little more settled. Maybe thinking you more of the landlubber type than seasoned veterans. Whether they're right in that assumptions or not is beside the point. But you carry on dodging these islands. You notice what you learned before, that these islands are populated by simple fishing folks. The keener eye among you notice that some of them have maybe one too many sharp teeth in the head than is necessarily required, and some of them look slightly cross-eyed and their hair is slightly askew because, while being on an isolated island is good, finding a suitable wife that isn't your sister or your wife or your brother, or that isn't an immediately blood relation to you, is difficult. So there's a little bit of inbreeding going on, but it's a simple life. And you approach the Decayed Island. Now let me bring up my Decayed Isle notes. So the first thing you notice, get my notes organized here. Something you noticed first up on the crow's nest, Soren, is there is a boat moored on the western edge of the island. Just one boat. And you get a look at it. And what's the name of the boat, Soren?
I can't remember. But it's that a-hole from the one island that we're in jail.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
So let me bring up
The Hickleton?
the Hickleton is exactly right. So you know this is the boat of Leighton Dawson. It's the Hickleton. And there is no harbour. I think it should be obvious that on such an island there's no harbour. So it's moored out about 50 feet or so from the coastline. And that's what you see. And as far as the island itself is concerned, the Decayed Isle, You already know that it's long been avoided by travelers because the ship crew were hesitant about going here, but they're doing everywhere. And looking at the foliage on the Decayed Isle, the first word that comes to mind is rot. Everything is just rotted. You see, like, it's very much almost a swamp with just vines. Some of them are just look as if they're just rotting on the ground, while some other vines are struggling to get through. You notice right on the shoreline, looks like to be about, someone has taken the effort to try and plant trees along here. There's about 50 things that you recognize would probably maybe grow up to be fine pine trees, but they've grown up about 1 foot high, then just fallen upon themselves and just rotting from the inside. You see one of these pine trees that have attempted to be planted is basically split down the middle, and you can see it's kind of rotting from the inside out. So rot is the overall theme for this thing here. So all trees, you don't see any animals on this island. Everything just looks rotten, and you know that you're going to go in there. You're going to be basically walking through muck up on your ankle deep. You don't see any animals, so rot is the thing here. And other than that, you see the Hilton. What do you do?
So I'll go down and let Armistice know that, what was his name? Leighton Dawson. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Leighton Dawson's ship is right there, and we should try to go to the right side to avoid being seen by them.
I concur, and I direct the ship that way.
Okay, so you're going around to the eastern side of the island, in other words.
Yeah.
Okay, the Hickleton doesn't react to your presence, and you bring it around to the western edge of the island. And there you see 3 ships there. 3 fairly serious looking ships. You know that old Bessie would have no chance against them. These are very much military vehicles. And you look at the flag on top of it, and the flag looks like that, which I put in the Discord chat.
Okay.
Do we know anything about that?
They
I know
work
somebody
with
does.
the assembly. They're slavers. And they're no good scum who are slavers.
And in
And
fact,
they work for the assembly too, guys.
They do.
So let that sink in.
They sell slaves to both sides.
Oh, really? I didn't know
I don't
that.
know, I'm reading the little tidbit in his World Anvil. Hey man, the info's there, I'm gonna use it. Soren don't know this, but
There's the link if you want to know a little bit more. Furthermore, you all have had first-hand experiences with the Iron Council. They were the slavers that grabbed you way back in session 1.
bastards.
Those guys.
So what do you do?
Have they seen us?
It doesn't appear so. I mean, these are equally, you see they've all dropped anchor and about 50 or so feet off the coast of the Decayed Isle.
We should, I think we should, sneak onto the island, corner someone that's, away from a group, and then get information on the Mark of Fate, the thing that we're here for, and why the Hickleton is at this island. Does that sound like a good plan of action, guys?
Sounds good to me. Let's try it.
Okay, so what's the plan?
Park our ship elsewhere. So probably the south side, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not the captain.
And then,
What
yeah,
does the
I
captain
think we
say?
should wait for the cover of night to hide us,
Mm-hmm.
and then we. Are we going with that thing, guys?
I am
Because
down
I sound
for it.
alike of it. I
I like
like
it.
the sound of it.
Yeah.
Okay. I need everyone else to agree before I say this out loud.
Yes.
100% in.
Rafe, we're waiting on
I'm
you,
good
bud.
for it.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
That's time of night.
We're,
I'm good.
we're
I'm
going
here.
to sneak onto a ship, one of those warships, in the cover of night, and then turn its guns on the other ships, and then loot the island, I guess.
Okay. So these are the Iron Council ships, because there's 3 of them, and there's only one, the Hickleton on the other side.
Yeah. That's far enough away that they shouldn't really notice, at least at first, that the other ships have gotten destroyed, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, we shall see.
I mean, if it's cannon fire, they'll hear it.
Fair.
And the island is, about 7-8 miles across, so well, let's see if the cannons with the Hickleton reacts. Well, yeah, once again, you're more than welcome to try.
I do think we should grab someone for information before we start blasting cannons, though.
Not dolls.
Well, I mean, we're gonna have to kill everyone on board that is evil.
That's evil.
Yeah, that whole
It's part of the
that
Iron Council.
that whole island is evil. We'll just leave a few alive to see what we need to know.
Well, do you know where this artifact is that you are trying to find? Like, exactly?
Do I,
No,
Malcolm?
no,
No.
it's on the Decayed Island. That's all you know.
Yes,
No.
that's
Well, that's
all
all
I
you've been
know.
told.
Okay, because I was gonna say,
That's
if
what
you
my
knew where it
story
was, we could sneak in, get it, and
Yeah,
then
that's why I
while we're
was,
leaving, we destroy the ships and everyone's stranded on the island.
That's why I was saying we should question someone beforehand,
Yeah.
just in case Big Boy Leighton Dawson doesn't already have it, or if he already has it and then he hears the gunfire, he could just run away with it. You know?
Why would they be on opposite sides of the island? Should we just go back and take the Hickleton
Hickleton.
before the Iron Assembly can do anything about it?
Do we
How
know
long
where
would
this
it
thing
take?
is? Armistice? Like,
No, I
on this
don't.
island? Oh.
That's why, yeah. I just know it's here. That's what my source is. I mean, Malcolm told me.
How
Well, I
long
see.
does it take to get east to west by boat on the island? Or not on the island?
Let's see. It goes
Around the
140.
island.
Just we'll say less than an hour.
Okay, so we would have an hour to take the Hickleton and get whatever we need before less than an hour if we're going to escape from the Iron Assembly.
Iron Council.
That thing. I'm drunk.
Yeah. I do like that idea.
Yeah, that's fair.
Captain, other sub-captains, might I have a word? This is Golden Tooth again. Gold Tooth.
Oh, this fucking guy. Okay, what's up?
Well, this fucking guy, Captain, feels it's his duty to point out that ships like that, particularly the ones on the East Coast, they're warships. And let me just say, no one leaves a ship like that unguarded. I'm not sure how you good are with these swords and that mighty maul that I see. But just let me say, there'll be great resistance there. I mean, we have 10 fine men on here. Really, I mean, even maybe 20 would make this ship run even smoothly. But that's okay. You're looking at a far number of greater people on there. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, that's a warship. No one leaves a warship unguarded. And let's just say the guards aren't your typical town guards. These will be seasoned mercenaries. Now, I'm not saying you couldn't take them, but I'm going to say it's not trivial. And that's my 2 cents, Captain.
Heard, Gold Tooth. We will revise the plan, then. So what do you guys think we should do?
I think we should probably deal with the Hickleton first, and, well, at least find Leighton and this fucking item.
Yeah, okay.
I think that's, like,
thinking
number
also.
one.
Because, well, wasn't Leighton Dawson in there with you when you told the dude, or was dispatched from the island right after you told him about the artifact?
When I told them about the Mark of Fate, when I told what was his name? The guy on Carmen? Yeah, Winston Bello. He sent word to Leighton Dawson to retrieve it.
Yeah. So you know Leighton Dawson's here for it. We don't know about the other buffoons with the warships. This might just be their slaver hideout. But you know for certain that Leighton Dawson's here trying to find it, so I think we need to
I think we should take his ship down first. And then grab the thing.
We can delay them leaving without them knowing that it was us. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
While we, like, I know you're pretty good at sneaking. We can essentially, like, I'll make, like, I still have some of the sticky web left. You could gunk up their, anchor systems, like, down below, kind of closer to the water, and they won't be able to remove the anchor back up, and it could delay them a bit. Especially if they were to try to go anywhere quickly, which I'm assuming they would.
Mm-hmm. I'm liking the sound of that.
And I guess if you, I don't know if you overhear anything about where the artifact could be. Maybe do like a quick look around if you can. But otherwise, like, I think we should focus on getting the artifact first. I'm guessing, honestly, Roman, you're pretty good with that shapeshifty thing, right?
Oh yeah.
If you shapeshift and then ask around the town, you might be able to find some information about this artifact. Or find out if there's any information on it.
Who do you think I should look like?
Just some grungy criminal, I guess.
They're either a grungy criminal or a really pretty lady. Your choice. I feel like both
You-
might work.
You really think a pretty lady would be here, of all places?
Reason.
Do you
Definitely do
think
it.
that these types of people are the people that care about that?
Right?
I guess I didn't think about that part. Okay, cool. Let's do it.
I mean, you said ask around the town. There is no the town here. You just
I was
see
gonna
Rotten's
say, isn't it
Island.
just like
Yeah,
a
like
an abandoned
fortress.
island?
There's people. They're inbred, though. You said, right?
Oh no, sorry. This is the inbred islands here. This one, as you're passing
Oh.
by it.
Yeah.
This one you see just
Oh.
rot and nothing else on this island.
Okay. I thought they were the same island. I was
thought you
very
were
confused.
calling the crewmates inbred when you were saying that.
Yeah, sorry, I might have confusing, but yeah, these islands here, these small tiny islands, there's community there that a bit too inbreedy, but this inbred islands, thank you, and this one here is just rot. So you don't see any town, any life whatsoever, unless you consider slime life, which I guess technically
mean,
it is.
It's a home for bacteria.
Yeah.
It's like their fort, though. It's like one of their fort outpost things, right?
Well, you don't see what's in the center of the island. You can't see that far, but presumably if you went inland, there's presumably something there, apart from
Or
rot.
nothing.
Heard.
But all you see is rot, as I said. But might be something, probably something in the center of the island.
I mean, I guess we just head there after you're done gunking up that ship.
Okay.
Would be my suggestion.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so which ship are you gunking up? The Hickleton?
Yes.
Okay, and who is doing this? Soren? Sorry, Roman. It sounds like you're going to do the gunking. Is that right?
Oh, I'm gonna sneak and
It's
How is
Armistice
that?
that's
It's
doing
Armistice?
that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, exactly how are you doing it? I mean, it's about 50 feet offshore. It's anchored out there. I mean, you just know you can't sneak up on old Bessie. I mean, ships just don't.
Oh, I was
naturally
planning
sink.
on like swimming.
Okay.
Or does anyone have invisibility?
I was actually gonna say I can go with you because I have invisibility.
Can you cast it on him?
Yeah, can you cast it on me?
Well, it only lasts an hour. By the time you swim out there and get on the ship, it's not gonna be much time left.
I mean, not much time is better than no time, though. And you don't have the duration magic, do you? Hey.
Nope. It's concentration 1 hour.
Assume you
You
park
have-
your ship just in a cove so they can't see you. And we'll say the Hickleton is exactly like around about where that blue dot is. And that's as close as you can get without being seen. So you still, everybody measures about 3,
Yeah.
4, 5 miles out from it. And that's as
Do you have,
close as you can get the ship without, being obvious
Is
about it.
invisibility concentration?
Yes.
Okay. So I was thinking us two sneak as far as we can. Once I'm close enough, you can cast it on me and then hide in some bushes or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then I swim with the cover of invisibility to plant the sticky goo on the anchor.
Okay.
So you plan to walk along the edge of the island, and then when you're close enough, that's when invisibility kicks in. Is that correct?
Yeah,
And
and
swim
like
to the ship.
cover, so they
Okay.
don't see us.
All right. I will point out it's getting towards evening now, so that's working in your favor.
Does that sound like a plan, Soren?
Yeah. That way I can at least keep an eye on you, so if something goes wrong, I can try to assist in whatever way I can.
Okay, so old Softy and the crew, they get you close enough to the edge of the island. I assume both of you jump off, and it's an easy swim to land from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, and then we'll deal exactly. What's the rest of you doing? Just hanging around waiting? Oh, let's go through it. Eris. Just waiting.
I will actually spend some time to modify my suit into the other version, the Infiltrator,
Oh,
while
sure.
we're here.
Sure.
Ooh.
Vivi says, "Ooh, interesting." You does.
Suits of lightning.
That's I guess.
Just hanging out. Okay.
Having a
Right.
bottle.
Yeah, hanging out waiting for something. Yeah, waiting.
Okay, and Roman, I guess, is the only other one.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out, and hopefully things go well.
Okay, so Armistice and Soren, you start going along the edge of this island, and even now you feel your boots squishing in and sinking, and only about a few centimeters or so on, but it's not pleasant. The smell just absolutely reeks from all this rot. You look around, maybe getting a bit closer, maybe you can see some wildlife. You see nothing. And you kind of squelch away along this island, going as best as you can. And you get within... you get close enough that you feel that maybe invisibility now would be an appropriate time to cast. So I assume Soren casts invisibility?
So I'm gonna telepathic speech to Armistice, just
Okay.
for the whole stealthiness. How far? I guess to Malcolm. How far out is the ship again?
It's about 50 feet off the coast,
Mm-hmm.
and you're about 100 feet from the closest point on the coast, if that makes sense.
Okay. So I'll say to him, like, with my telepathic speech, like, I can stay here, but I also don't need to breathe, so I can hide underwater too. So I'll probably do that.
Okay, that sounds good.
And then just gonna check. My telepathic speech isn't concentration, so I can keep it up for 4 minutes.
Okay.
So I'll go like in Pirates of the Caribbean, how they're like walking on the seafloor. I'm pretty much gonna do that. Just to stay like under the ship, close to him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But so I'm not like right on his surface, they can't see me. And then I'll cast that, and then right before he climbs on the ship, I'll use my telepathic speech and just tell him like. It has a range of 5 miles, so as long as he he can respond to me in his head, essentially.
So you're gonna recast it just as he is about to get onto the boat.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's make 2 rolls. Both of you make stealth checks at advantage. Soren, because you're literally under the water, and Armistice because you're invisible.
Okay.
Nice.
Stealth at advantage.
Nice. So with that, Armistice, you swim out. You definitely see some guards there. Definitely they're assembled guards that you've seen before around assembled territories. And they're looking around and they don't see you. And you swim up and you touch right at the edge of the ship. And I think that is probably a good place to end for tonight. As you get to the ship, and we'll see, the notes there are, we have it in the chat there, we've got a 20 and a 26, which is pretty good. and we'll see how gunked up you get it. And I don't know, maybe things will go wrong. We shall see.
Can I just say one thing
No.
before all of this happens?
Yep.
I'm going to give Soren the last of my gold, which is 15 gold pieces.
Okay.
I'm going to say if this goes south, I want you to grab the crew and run away and then just leave me, because this is my fight and I don't want you guys dying over this. So if things go south, just ditch me. It's cool. And then give the money to my brother.
Okay.
And then make sure he goes also.
Okay.
Interesting. Very, very noble almost.
Very
Okay.
noble. We'll see if I listen.
I can be very persuasive.
And, well, we shall see what happens. This is interesting. As I hinted at in Discord, I wasn't sure which way you were going to go. So, I thought there might be a chase you go to Mirrorstone, then go chasing those people who massacred Redwater, and maybe go to the forest, maybe go to the Broken Expanse. But this is how it planned out, so interesting. Interesting decisions. Okay, but guys, thank you very much for playing. It's fun as always.